Hey guys, Ricky here. Welcome back to the Ski-Doo shop. So today we're looking at our two older machines we have, and the trailer that they are on is pretty old too. It is a 2002 Triton XT two-place trailer. So we'll start with this snowmobile. This is my father's 2003 Ski-Doo Rev 800 MXZ. The thing is a freaking beast. It rips. Got a lot of power in the 800. So he bought it brand new back in 2003. He paid about $8,500 for it. No upgrades. It's totally stock. No cannon on it or anything. Just those are not the original skis to it. And the original ones were the same exact skis. They were just jet black. Well, it actually does have one upgrade I forgot about. He put those two small gauges in it, the temperature and the fuel gauge. Which was a pain in the ass because you had to take the whole seat off and drill a hole down in the tank for the sensor. It sat in the garage waiting on these gauges from February to March that year. So it had a brand new snowmobile sitting in there, not riding it. He got it home and immediately tore it apart because he didn't want to ride it till he had those gauges. Which is understandable because the original fuel gauge was this little bubble right here, and those misread all the time. So yeah, it's Sport Edition. It's got the beaver tail on it. That's what they did in 03. They stopped doing that in like 05, I think. It's got a pretty deep trunk. So I got a Snickers wrapper in there from last year. A little pocket in the back of the seat. It's probably for registration or something. In case the EPOs stop you. This sled was giving us hell last year. It's never been that bad. It always started up and ran. But last year I was riding it. I smelled something burning. I thought it was just a belt because it hadn't been ridden in a few years. And I look down and I see flames shooting out of here at me. So I immediately jump off the machine while it's still going like 15 miles per hour down the trail. I didn't get hurt, by the way, but I just ran over to it, splashed snow right there so I could get the door open and put the fire out that was inside. It was really bad, but not too bad. It only burnt this half of the machine. It burnt all of this. And it burnt the foam off the inside of the door. That's why it's all black right there. We had to put a lot of new parts on this machine. We had to put a new caliper on, new brake line, new oil tank, new pull start, new holder for the pull start, new rope, and a new disc brake. I think I already mentioned that, but can't remember. We had to pull the whole entire chain case off. And aligning that jack shaft was a pain right in the ass. Because if you take that chain case off the bogey wheel, then the track will do that. So you gotta make sure you put it on exactly straight, or else you're gonna have issues down there. So, oh yeah, we also had to replace the coolant line, which is this big fat one, and replace the fuel line, which is a little one. And we had to cut the option for electric start off because those wires were all mangled and melted. That was a close one because when we took that fuel line off, we just bent it and fuel leaked out, and the fire was like right here, so if it caught, it would have shot back to the tank and went kaplooey. To fix those two lines, we had to pull the whole seat, the whole trunk off, and the tank. It was a pain in the butt to get these cross members lined up. They go all the way back. They support the tank. They bolt on right here, and they go up. So yeah, that was pretty scary, but it's over, it's done with. I'm gonna try to forget about it. It does need a new kill switch. That one works, but it takes it a minute to shut the machine off, so we just ripped the tether cord off of it. I had the same problem on my 2005 500 SS. The kill switch didn't work at all, so I replaced it. I had to cut the hand grip off, because you can't just pull these off. You gotta slice them with a razor blade all the way down, kind of peel them off. And I had to take the throttle off and then replace the kill switch. It's all one unit, so it's a pain in the ass. But yeah, putting those gauges in and putting these yellow slides in the track are pretty much all my father did to it. It's stock other than that. We'll go over the controls on it right quick. So we got your your handlebar warmer here. That's high. That's low. And in the middle's off. Same with the throttle warmer. High, low, off. It's your high beam, low beam down here. This is your electric start button, but this machine doesn't have it. That's also your RER button, which means Rotax electronic reverse. So you push that and the machine will go into reverse. Got your tether cord right here. Got heated shield hookups. He put that in as well. And you got your choke here. Obviously your throttle and kill switch. It's pretty simple. Somebody without a brain could operate this. Well, that probably wouldn't be a good idea because they'd probably go flying into a ditch at 150 miles an hour. But anyway, oh yeah, that fire also caused this vent to be black, which is no big deal. It's just soot. They were actually originally black anyway. He painted them. Now, we'll go around and get you guys a look at the front of the machine. It looks pretty badass. I like the style of the headlights on it. I wish they continued that to the new ones, but there she is. Once we go riding, we'll get her off the trailer for you and do a walk around. This trailer has got a bad leak in it. It's actually got several leaks. As you can see, one of them is right here in the corner, and the other one's up by that window. So, now we'll go ahead and take a look at this sled. This is my mom's old machine. When she moved out, my dad just kept it. It's a pretty good machine. It rips for a little 500 and it sounds pretty good. It's nice and crisp, but it's got carburetor issues. It just needs to be cleaned out and run. It's a 1999 Ski-Doo Formula Z 500 with Rave. Rave is Rotax adjustable variable exhaust. We got it brand new back in 2001 or 2000. It was a leftover, so it was just sitting in the back of the shop. It's got 2,500 original miles on it, and it's got a trip range. You can't really see it, but you'd push this little button and it set it back to 0, and then map out how many miles your trip is. It's pretty cool. It's in beautiful shape. The upholstery is just phenomenal on it. We took great care of it. The only thing that's wrong with the upholstery is at the back corner of the trunk lid. It peels up a little bit. But I'm sure you could sew that. Not a big deal. It's got a bad grip. That's from going around the corner, hanging on for dear life at 100 miles an hour. You got your standard high beam, low beam button there. Got your key. It does have the option for electric start, but we don't have it. You got your handlebar warmer, low, off, high. Same with the throttle warmer, high, off, low. It's the same for that one. I just had it backwards. What we had to do recently to it was put a new primer plunger on it, because the one we had was just old. It was the original one, and we just pushed it in like 3 times to start it, to get it out of the garage, and it started pissing gasoline everywhere. So we replaced that, and we had to pull the whole dash off, which wasn't a big deal. This one has also got a heated shield hookup. I think that's what's it for. Got your kill switch here, throttle there. Got your brake light at the top for your parking brake. I think that's also oil pressure. The blue light's high beam, and the bottom red light is temperature. These machines, both of them are liquid cooled, so they've got what we call heat exchangers up under the tunnel. It's like a big radiator. What it does is you cool the fluid in it and it circles back to the engine cold. Anyway, the track's in pretty good shape. It just is missing a few lugs off the side. That's the original track, so. And some of the yellow's worn off there from riding it, but that's just not a big deal. My dad put these on it, these yellow slide rails. Yeah. He said it was really hard to get these on there. It was a pain in the ass. Anyway, it's got DSA plus suspension up front. We'll get a good look at the front for you, and we'll get under the hood. My dad painted those vents yellow. I believe they were black, and he put a skid plate on the belly pan. It does have one small crack in the hood right there, but that's just from hitting a ditch. It's got some spider webbing right there. Be dirty. We got a cleaner. Now we'll go around the other side of the trailer, back, get a good look under the hood for you guys. So, oh yeah, it does have some spider webbing up here too. Anyway, there it is under the hood. All stock exhaust, no upgrades. A little 500, honk straight along. Got twin Mikuni carburetors on it, and there's the rave valves. That's pretty much it. Antifreeze and oil tank over there. My Formula S is the identical sled to it. It's just a 380, this one's a 500. Anyway guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe.